Hey, wonderful people. Welcome to another video. I hope you all are doing fantastic today. I thank you all for your support. If you are a new subscriber, welcome to our community. And just a fair warning that this will be a very sensitive video. We are going to talk about sexual assault, sexual abuse, and things like that. So please, consider the topic because it may be triggering for you. I read about a lady who her ex had video and pictures of her naked without her permission, and then during the act of sex as well, had video recorded them. This was a story that resonated with me because my ex had done the same to me. This lady had found out soon that her ex was posting these pictures online and sharing the videos, and then people started reaching out to her to tell her that pictures and videos were, moving about in online spaces. I don't know if they ever caught her ex or not, because she didn't say in the story, but of course she knew exactly who it was. And this is just one of the very evil and vindictive ways that a narcissist will go about in trying to tarnish your name, bring shame on you, and humiliate you. She, I think, as many as she could, was able to have those videos and photos taken down. But at that point, so many people had seen it. Had seen her face, and she was humiliated. I believe she ended up moving away from the state she was living in to start over. But that's just one of the things that they do when they violate you and feel like you're their property. I remember my ex boldly showing me that he had recorded us, and I didn't know that he had done that. I was trying to think of when he had actually picked up the phone to record us, because it was on his phone. And not just a phone that was assigned to him by his job. And so I was like, well, you need to take that off, like delete that. But that was only one video he had shown me. And after reading her story, I realized I'm sure there were so many more. And I had never approved. He had never asked my permission to do anything like that. And this is always something that rests in the back of my mind, that there are videos roaming about with me, being exposed, my body being exposed. And it is an awful thought. I know there are a lot of women, because there were a lot of comments posted to the article that I had read, and a lot of women had that fear. Men should have this fear as well, but this is definitely a male narcissist violation by far. Now, don't get me wrong, the female narc does her fair share of dirty deeds that are humiliating for a male, but this one I think will resonate mostly with female empaths who've been in relationships with narcissistic male. And so that's one of the violations sexually that we will have experienced possibly when dealing with a narc. The other that many of us have discussed is being raped in that relationship. When you ask them to stop and they don't stop, And the men can probably relate to this one. And they just keep going and doing whatever they want. Oftentimes, we get to the point to where we're crying and we're just begging them to leave us alone. Or we go numb and we just are not responsive and they're still doing their thing. And we're not engaging in the activity because we've already requested that it not take place. This too was something that I experienced with the narc that I was with. And the last time he had done it to me was it for me. Of course, I went on a roller coaster of emotions because who thinks right away that, oh, I voluntarily laid in bed with this person, asked them to stop. They didn't, and I just went numb and I didn't stand up for myself. But I still love them and care for them. And, all of the crazy emotions and things that we felt about them still after they had done so many horrible things to us, and feeling the shame and trying to figure out how to forgive ourselves for even thinking that this person should have been given another opportunity to destroy us, to think that, why did we think we loved them? These are the things I thought about after my experiences with my ex. Why did I think that I loved this person who sexually assaulted me in more ways than one? The thing that we fail to realize is sexual assault. When we hear about or hear those two words, we think that it has to do with someone beating you up and some random stranger raping you. But no, this is someone holding you against your will to make you do things, video recording you without your permission. And, of course it includes, hitting you sometimes. My ex would put his hand around my neck and not let his hand up. Pull his hands up without my permission. He would do things to me that were rough and that were extremely violating that I would ask him not to do. But he wouldn't give me an option until I realized that I take my own option by walking away. This is a hard reality and truth for us to face and to deal with and to process on our healing journey. It was the most difficult part for me because I wanted to believe that this person loved me and was just sort of confused. But there's no confusion in raping, assaulting, recording. There's no confusion in that at all. And I want to talk about the other side of violating you sexually. Another side, should I say. And that is with the male narcissist removing their condoms without your permission. Because the goal is to get you pregnant. And the female narcissist will do this to the male empath. So the female empath, the male narcissist will remove his condom without your permission and quickly during sexual activity. This happened to me as well. And the female narcissist, of course, will try to convince the male empath to take his condom off. Because eventually the narcissist wants to snag every supply that they can. And they know the way to get you to supply them for years is by having children with you. So my ex had done this a couple of times. And when I found out what he was doing, I asked him not to do that. Well, for me, it came to a point where the last time he had done it, I had actually gotten pregnant. And long story short, with that part of it, I ended up having a miscarriage because of all of the stress and anxiety that I was dealing with. But they violate you in such horrific ways Many times knowing that you had formerly been a victim of sexual abuse or molestation already. These are the most evil and vile people or creatures I have ever come in contact with, ever. They will do anything to put you back into a dark space to where you feel there is no escape, because this is their life 24/7. Sexual violence is at an all-time high in narcissistic relationships, and we don't talk about it as thoroughly as we ought to. I'm not going to go into great detail in this video, but it's a conversation I believe that should be ongoing, because I want people to be able, the reason I'm saying it is very hard for me to get on here and talk about this. I have another video where I talked about my experience of being raped with my ex. But I know it's important for me to say it so that others can understand that you don't need to walk in shame for what someone else did to violate you, for what someone else did to try and rob you of your joy and rob you of the love that you had been giving so freely. Narcissists come in your life to steal things from you, to kill you, and to kill your spirit, and to ultimately destroy you. Steal, kill, destroy. And a lot of times they use sexual violation tactics to do just that. Joy with Pink Girl Teaches and I are going to start up our coaching sessions, group coaching sessions again. One of the sessions that we will hold will have to do with sexual assault. And this is where we want a private space or a coaching group where we can actually discuss our experiences. Because for many of us, sexual assault didn't start with the narcissist. Oftentimes it ended with that, well, the narcissist that we were married to, or, in some type of dating relationship with. But most of us, it started when we were children. And we really need to get to those places, have those discussions about when it all started and how we're going to make sure it never happens again. I thank you so much for your time. I welcome your comments to join in on this discussion. Let's rid ourselves of the shame, the pain, the humiliation. And if you know that a narcissist has, your ex has recorded you in any kind of way without your permission or violated your body, make sure you keep that as documentation. Yes, unfortunately, in our system, our court system doesn't acknowledge the fact that we could go to court right now and say, this person raped me, but it's going to be our word against theirs. And that's the unfortunate thing about living in a highly narcissistic society, and a society where narcissists continuously lie and make it bad for everyone else. But God hears it and sees it all. And please take comfort in knowing that whatever someone has done to you, they don't get away with. Well, when I hear about, I'm going to leave links to different videos I've watched where people have shared what happened to the people who abused them. You all need justice, and it is comforting to know that people don't get away with the horrible things that they do to you. When I tell you they don't get away, they do not get away with it. It may seem like it looking from afar, but a person who has violated you, and then in my case too, where I stand out and I speak out against it, that person forever has to deal with or hear about what they have done. They can run to wherever they want to go, but their violations are always with them. The wrong that they have done to other people stays with them no matter where they go. So please, again, take comfort in knowing that whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. I'm not going to be that one to tell you to move on and, sometimes people just get away with things. No, they don't. They do not. And it is okay to feel comfort in knowing that a person is going to get exactly what they deserve. Please take care of yourselves. Love yourselves. Don't take on the shame. Don't take on the guilt. Don't allow that person, even though they violated you, to project the horrible being that they are onto you. The beautiful thing about you is that you continue to rise up. You continue to stand up, and you continue to move forward. And although it hurts, and although you may fall down, you get back up again. That is a strong person. You are a strong person. I love you guys. I hope you're able to join us in one of these group coaching sessions if that is something that you need. And I want to thank you for your time. God bless you.